Deep in the heart of Tanzania, the Ruaha River dictates exactly who lives and who dies. For the animals that call the savanna home, a flowing river is the primary engine of life. At the top of that food chain is a highly organized lion pride, commanded by two matriarch sisters. Under normal conditions, they rule this territory with ease, providing enough food for their vulnerable cubs to thrive. But August brings an unusually brutal drought. Driven by shifting climate patterns and upstream agricultural irrigation, the seasonal flow has stopped, which has effectively erased the surface water. The vanishing water triggers an immediate chain reaction. To protect themselves, massive 800-kilogram buffaloes merge into tight, highly defensive megaherds. At the same time, hundreds of migrating elephants arrive. They monopolize the remaining puddles and physically drive the lions out of the riverbed. The ecosystem has inverted. The lions find themselves drastically outnumbered, physically outsized, and facing starvation. Their standard hunting playbook no longer applies. The lionesses normally rely on coordinated daytime ambushes, but against a wall of tightly packed buffalo horns, those daytime strikes fail to find a single opening. To solve the problem of taking down such massive prey, the matriarchs change their roster. They recruit the fathers of the cubs to provide the pride with more mass. This vector scale comparison illustrates the biological advantage the males bring. With over an 80-kilogram weight advantage over the females, the males provide the raw kinetic energy required to anchor an 800-kilogram target. The pride pairs this added muscle with a shift in schedule. They begin operating in the darkness to bypass visual defenses. Yet even with added muscle and the cover of night, the sheer density of the megaherd continues to repel them. It turns out that mass and momentum alone aren't enough to break a defense of this scale. By September, they are fighting an escalating threat: extreme heat. The daytime temperatures climb to lethal levels across the dry plains. So the pride develops a second adaptation. Instead of fighting the hostile geography, they begin to use it as a weapon. They start targeting buffaloes that venture near the last remaining waterholes. They wait until the massive animals step into deep, unstable mud, where their mobility drops the moment they sink. If the mud fails, the lions herd the buffalo out into the wide stretches of deep sand to bog down their running speed. This heat map schematic shows the thermal friction. The deep sand is 10 degrees hotter than the surrounding savanna, radiating upward, rapidly draining the buffalo stamina reserves. This environment-assisted exhaustion slows the target, forcing it to fight both the lions and the ground beneath it. By outsourcing the energy cost of the hunt to the terrain, the lions have found a way to kill prey that is mathematically too large for them to handle in a direct confrontation. But the crisis peaks in November. The large prey has mostly evacuated the region, leaving the lions to face severe dehydration and an empty savanna. To avoid starvation, the pride drops its apex predator focus. They shift their diet to microprey, hunting animals like this tiny bat-eared fox for minimal, life-saving protein. Then, the pride adopts a behavior almost never seen in lions. To secure water, they move beyond searching for surface pools. By watching other mammals dig into the dry riverbed, the lions begin to copy the behavior. They learn to actively dig their own holes in the sand to reach the hidden groundwater table below. This use of behavioral plasticity, applying learned solutions to environmental barriers, becomes a critical bridge to the next season. Finally, the delayed December rains arrive. The water hits the parched earth, and the Ruaha River begins to flow again. Despite profound starvation and relentless heat, the matriarchs achieved their goal. By changing how they lived and hunted, they kept their cubs alive through the entire crisis. We usually picture apex predators surviving purely on physical dominance, sharp claws, and heavy muscle. But roster shifts, smart terrain manipulation, and learned behaviors were the actual tools of victory here. In a landscape defined by unpredictable climate shifts, physical dominance is a secondary tool. Survival here belonged to the pride that could shift its tactics and maintain its social bond.